Rashawn Anglin.
I'm Emily Jansen.
Charlie O'Donnell.
I'm Emily Keesbo-Johnson.
And I'm Zach Easton.
So our three main goals of this project were, number one, cross-cultural awareness. So we wanted to use statistics to help students learn also about another culture. Another goal was to integrate technology to help tell a story. So allowing our kids to use their iPads and different apps to create presentations and representations. Our third big goal was to make mathematics real world, real time, and relevant to our lives right now. So instead of giving students just a bunch of fake numbers, we wanted that data and information to be real.
For this project, we had some pen pals in Uganda.
The weather in Uganda is hot and cold.
So all students created a survey of questions to survey the kids at our school and then also the kids at a school in Uganda.
I think we kind of fooled the kids into learning something other than math, but then they ended up getting into the math side of it as well.
They were able to collect the data, put it in an app called Numbers, and make graphs about the data and compare them that way.
We'd get questions like, well, this is more like a social studies thing, why are we doing this in math? And then we would kind of gradually bring in statistics part of it, and I mean, they were able to bring in their own interests and create surveys based on their own interests. And it took a while, but the numbers started to come in, and then they were saying, oh, you'd see the light bulbs go on.
We used the box and whisker plots to compare numerical data. So we were looking at the minimum, the maximum, the median to try to get an idea of kind of how spread out the data was. But they also had, categorical data, so they had multiple choice, and so they were using bar charts, kind of comparing using that. And so they had, both Uganda and America on those bar charts to make those comparisons.
We Skyped, which was cool because they got to see the faces of the people they were learning about and talking to.
It started off just audio and being able to hear the students. They asked simple questions like, what's your favorite color, or what food do you eat? And over time it evolved to where they were asking more in-depth questions, more about their culture. It was a change. Once the students here could see them, and made it more real for them. And students even talked about that they even just writing emails back and forth, it didn't seem quite real until they could actually see the other students that they were talking to. They ended up dancing and performing and just expanding their cultures and their knowledge.
One of the goals is we were making a documentary about our big project, and we hired a professional videographer to help us put it together.
Working with Deacon Warner from IFP was an outstanding experience. He taught the kids how to film, how to direct, how to interview subjects on camera, and then eventually how to piece together lots of different film pieces to tell a story and to really see how that narrative was woven through the whole experience. So the project that they created is really theirs from beginning to end.
The students were a lot more invested in learning, and I think it helped them learn about not only other cultures, but how we are using these representations.
Students learned a lot about using their iPads, 21st century skill. A lot of them kept turning to me and saying, how do I do this, how do I do this? I just said, play with the iPad, try things, and so it was fun to see them learn that way through experience.
This grant allowed students to really think outside the box and see the ways that math is relevant to the real world. Instead of learning something because teachers just told them to, they're learning because they have questions and math can help them answer those questions.
Students saw that math is more than just numbers, and that those numbers mean something. They can learn something about another culture. They can take different things away that they never realized you could, especially just given random data.
They were able to use math in all other aspects, such as writing emails or learning how to be professional with presenting.
And so I think it really helped them, realize the meaning behind what we're doing and kind of help them going forward, remembering that information.
I do think students' eyes were open to another culture. I know a lot of my students before the project, when I said, what do you know about Uganda? Only thing they knew was that it was in Africa, and some even weren't so sure about that. So it was cool to see the students learn a lot about a brand new country, new culture, new people.
I think that in addition to making kids a little better at math, we've taught them to be better citizens of the world.
The Uganda project was basically, it was math related. It's a chance for us to interact with kids in different countries and other cultures.
It's really fun, and you also get to meet new people from different places.
The Uganda project was a really fun project that we were learning about Uganda and how where they live and where we live is different and similar.
It was amazing how we get to talk to other people.
It was really interesting and we learned a lot about it.
The best part of the project is when we Skype with them and we get to talk to them.
They were showing us their talents and we were showing them some of our talents, and it was really cool how they were showing us their dances.
I learned that even though we're from different places, we can still connect together.
It's pretty fun. The first time you thought it was boring, but then once you tried it, it's pretty exciting.
It gets kids a little bit more interested in math. You know, not everybody's so enthusiastic when they hear the word math, but you know, when you're doing a project for it, it's fun. Every 9th grade class should be able to do something like this.
We would like to thank you guys for giving us this opportunity to experience something new.
Thank you.
Watch out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
谢谢你们。
Thank you. Come on. Thank you.
Thank you.
You okay?
W. Thank you.
Thank you, St. Paul Public School Foundation.